those black and white buttons have really fucked up like how other games like being ported to the new controller. It's like, what are the black and white buttons? The game's like, press the black and white button. I'm like, I don't have that. Which one is it?
Our duty is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
Welcome, Spartans, to Mission Debrief's 20 for 20. We've played every mission, and now we're going to rank the 20 best for the 20th anniversary of the franchise. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by David Arnold.
Hello, everybody.
Matt Salvatore.
How we doing?
And Krysta Brown.
So this is the one based on Halo Infinite, right?
Exactly.
Totes.
This episode, we are playing the Silent Cartographer. If you didn't figure it out already, we're playing through the list of 20 in release order as opposed to chronological order for the main show. Last time we played Halo from Halo CE. We gave it a 7.5.
Yes.
Yeah, not bad. So this is the second mission of the list. This is the fourth mission in Halo CE. We skipped Truth and Reconciliation because, I don't know, didn't make the list. For the full list of 20, check out our website, halopodcast.com/20 for 20. While you're there, check out all the cool stuff that we have on that website, including our other shows, lore pages, articles, merchandise, and much more. If you enjoy this series, let us know your thoughts by commenting on the video, giving us a like, or subscribing to the channel. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. All right, let's dive into the mission.
Let's do it.
Cartographer. All right, engage.
3, 2, 1.
Oh boy.
Look
boy,
at
oh
that beauty.
boy.
Look at that beauty.
This is regarded as one of the best of the best.
Oh yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
find out.
It's because it is Colin.
From
You
the
get a whole
first game.
island to play around in.
That's right.
It's the first official Halo day at the beach.
Yeah. Right.
Yay!
Bring
I
your
think
sunscreen.
I think it's the first Halo mission I actually played, like physically played.
Really?
Yeah.
The Pelicans.
Oh, some good looking pelicans right there.
Pelicans don't crash either.
Whoa. Yeah, see, already setting this part as iconic.
Well, one crashes, right? You don't get to see it, but it crashes.
It's true.
There is one there, yeah. They didn't want to throw it too much at you, so they're like, well, we better throw in a Crash Pelican just so everyone knows what's going on. Knows they're in Halo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go.
It's such a cool intro, just like, like a beach assault.
Mm-hmm. Got your Marine buddies.
Yeah.
Will your Marines take them all out if you don't move?
If you're playing on maybe like normal, the Marines can take everyone out, but I don't think on heroic they're gonna be able to do it by themselves. On legendary, none of them survive. They all die.
They all die right away.
No one survives on Legendary.
Of course not. Not even us.
Well, remember, the canon ending is pretty much everyone dying, so...
That's right. Tough CEG, yeah.
Yep.
So the new graphics look really good on this mission, I feel like. It's just the darker missions
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it doesn't pull off the same feel.
Well, I mean, even like this part is really, really dark. But you're outside in the sunlight. It really should be bright and vibrant like it
Right.
is. Alright, who's good at driving?
Regroup.
Oh man.
Yeah, Matt, you're on driving duty since David is not playing.
I'm the driver. Boom, boom, boom.
We
You
deliver.
are motto, we deliver. I hear that line in my sleep.
Boom,
Bounce
boom,
on.
Beautiful.
boom,
It's
boom.
just such a cool little delivery.
Okay,
I
let's
just
move
like
out.
how that
Let's
works.
go find the map.
All right.
That will show us the location of
This
Halo's
is about to
control
get crazy.
We just crash and die.
Matt, remember, David didn't die in the first mission, so.
Yeah. Well, that
Oh,
that is gonna
pressure.
be something I will remedy shortly.
Perfect.
I am a little laggy, to be honest.
Oh, here's the excuses. Come on,
Yeah.
Matt, look at that. I played in Ireland, Matt. Come on.
That's right.
It's true.
Hmm. I don't know how you tend to go, but I usually like to just kind of spin around until we get everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Unless I'm like trying to get through the mission really fast, and then I just go right to the back
I'll
of
bet
the
the
mission.
Silent Cartographer
Right into the interior of the island.
Yeah,
You skip
yeah.
this whole segment. I think it
If
was
you
years
skip-
later. Yeah, I think it was years later playing with you, Krysta, when like I've obviously been set in my ways of playing this mission a certain way. I've never skipped this part, and it never occurred to
Oh,
me that
shoot.
it's
Uh-oh,
that it's
uh-oh.
oh.
Of course I died.
There's the first death.
First death. Nah.
Oh boy. Well, you got it out of the way.
You're welcome, everyone. Alright. Oh man, I lost my pistol. Son of a bitch.
Gotta find your body.
The pistol's only for good players.
What's it starting with? Plasma?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rip-off artists.
Yeah, as I was saying, it never occurred to me that this was skippable. But like
Oh,
when you actually think
weird.
about it, it is like you can just totally drive right past it.
Yep,
Oh,
can
you don't
just
have
go
to trigger the
straight-
guy?
No.
No, you can go straight to the security console that unlocks this door. And Cortana has different dialogue. She's like, well, this isn't the map room, but this is a security console to unlock a door.
Forgot about that. We probably even
Yeah.
talked about that in Mission Debrief. I just don't remember that.
Colin,
That was so long
that was
ago.
like 10 years ago.
That
Colin.
was.
I know. In our minds, if you just watch the episode, it's like 2 seconds ago.
Right.
For us.
The Covenant are putting
Yeah,
up a real
COVID
fight.
time. It's like 10 years ago.
Cartographer must be here. My analysis indicates
Boom,
that the map
boom,
room should be
boom.
C was like the second
Boom,
game we
boom,
did,
boom,
so like,
Let's
I
keep
mean,
going in the
ah,
back.
it's way back.
Don't
True.
let them lock the door.
Die!
Oops.
Kill him!
Can you get up?
Yeah, you can.
You can, and if you get him with grenades. Yeah, you got him.
Looks like you did.
He's dead.
Nice.
He just respawns, but
Oh, he does.
I
yeah.
underestimated the Covenant's understanding of
No, it's
Halo's
different to
See him in
subsystems.
there.
Look at him, he's dead.
They've locked the doors. We don't have enough firepower
But he
to
gets
get
back
through.
up.
Kill from the grave.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
I always like the little Forerunner architecture on these hallways.
Mm-hmm.
They did a really good job with the graphics, just kind of making it even more
It
in-depth.
really, yeah, it really ties in with the later games. Like they really did a great job bringing the.
Especially Halo 3, I feel. Halo 3 had a really good aesthetic for the Forerunners.
You know, this is the first time I've seen this hole up here.
Oh, really? It just goes right down into... You could just take this instead of driving off the cliff, basically.
And leave the Warthog? Hell no.
You can get the Warhog through this.
Oh, how do you get it up on that?
Yeah, you can get through.
You can do the bottom, though.
It's just really cool that these little nooks and crannies are included in this map.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to go on foot, you totally could.
We are leaving.
We need to find a security override to get this door open.
Oh, I love the way the sand looks. It looks like so soft. I don't know. It looks like that
You're
really
right.
like
Yeah.
fine, soft sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myers Beach.
Oh yeah,
that
pretty
sand.
much.
Where's Matt going? Anybody know?
It's interesting though, like this mission, you know,
I'm going
you do
all
get,
Gotta go. We gotta go this way.
you do get the kind of
I thought
the
you could
Earth,
loop around.
and
Oh,
then
it's
you
this
get
way, yeah.
Covenant, and then you get the Forerunner. Like, you get all this, and then UNSC, you get all this different technology kind of crammed together on this mission.
On this mission.
And I guess the Covenant technology is Forerunner technology, but
I mean, it's derived.
yeah.
Well, technically, so is some of the human technology later with Infinity, right?
Later
Yeah.
on.
True.
Forerunner engines.
I like the mist. The mist is really cool.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Ian,
That's cool.
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the
Those guys are dead.
Those guys are very dead.
Ooh, is this where we get the rocket launcher in there, or is that at the?
It's gonna be when we activate the button after this.
That's what
You
the
would like
Pelican
the rocket
crash.
launcher. You can have
That's
it.
where you get.
Right.
No, no, you kidding? I'll kill myself. Friendly fire will be a.
One.
Friendly fire is very much on and active and ready to go.
I
Do
thought there
those
were.
Marines have any ammunition?
That is
Oh,
that's
there's
a lot of blood.
Yeah, that is
There's
a
a
lot.
lot of blood.
All these dead Marines and not one
There's
pistol.
just a pistol here. If you
There's
want
a-
a pistol.
Oh, there is.
You just walked right over it. That was hilarious.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Ta-da!
I used to love doing it. This part, you know the ramp that's there to your left, Krista? Like, if you ramp that with the Warhog and time it right, you can crush, like, so many of the jackals that are in that center forest. I do it every time. But then, like, if it's on Legendary, it's just like, they...
No, then you just die right
if
after.
you don't kill enough of them, you die right after.
Hi! Hello!
hiding.
Dun, 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 dun.
The problem is, like, when it comes to enemies behind cover, like, the trees and the trees in the old graphics and the trees on the new graphics don't line up.
Oh yeah.
So, like, my bullet doesn't go through this because there's still a tree here.
Oh, interesting.
So, it's always tricky when enemies are behind cover, because it's like, oh, well, where does the rock actually end?
Because the cover is from the
True.
old graphics, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, they're still technically...
Boxes are a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's mostly just that, though. The enemies have good hitboxes, but when it just comes to certain, like rocks...
That's how dark it is in here, yeah.
I know, it's super dark.
It's still so impressive to me today how easily that works. Just clicking that button.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
It's so unnecessary, but I love it.
It kind of is cool, though, because I know a lot of people actually prefer playing in the old graphics.
Yeah, for certain missions.
No one saw that, Krista. It's fine.
Okay, no one saw that.
No.
Cut it. Cut that.
She only kills Marines, not Spartans.
It's true.
Bum,
Oh,
bum,
yeah.
bum.
Oh yeah. Here's these bees.
Do you engage or do you run?
Oh, who runs, Colin? No one runs.
Speak for
Sometimes.
yourself, Dave.
Always engage.
You got
Nice
the
overkill.
terminal behind that building.
Oh,
too.
nice. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Fucking pistol! It's so funny!
Yeah.
Yeah.
These huge giant beings.
I
come out
literally
and
just
like,
shot that
"What
hunter
pistol
once."
Shot? Bye.
There's
There's
the
a-
terminal.
Wow, I got a achievement for killing a hunter for a one pistol round.
Yeah!
Achievement? Cool. Nice.
It's a magical achievement. It's the way Halo should be played. You should have already had that.
It's true.
I am kind of glad they removed that in later games, though. Like, a hunter shouldn't
Oh
be able to-
yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was kind of ridiculous, but it was kind of the meme of Halo 1 where the pistol's just way too powerful for its own good.
I don't know if that's the pistol's fault or is that just a hunter's weakness.
I think
will do too.
yeah, I think it's just because they made the weakness too weak.
Yeah.
Is what it
I
comes
think
down to.
I think the weakness for the hunter is very specific, and the pistol just has a punch that hits that.
True.
Like,
This
I don't
part is weird because, I mean, it's cool because you feel like you're sneaking into this building that you shouldn't be getting into, right?
Sneaking as they lob grenades everywhere.
Well,
well, I mean,
you have to wind around.
You're, like,
and then get to the door.
infiltrating
You're
it.
like, is
you
this
come up like
really where
a rear entrance kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Cortana, can we make any more noise?
But if you don't know about this spot and you're playing this mission, you know, for the first time, you could spend a lot of time wandering around this.
That's a good
Silent.
point. Yeah. There's
we're
nothing
just
very
so
visually
used to it.
indicating, yeah, telling you where to go or anything.
But you get the sense of discovery, like, oh, I found this thing.
Ooh.
The spooky music is activated.
That's some spooky music.
Is this where we got more? Oh, more hunters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I haven't played this.
Ah, shit.
Get him. Nice. Nope. Miss. Oh, good jump. There we go.
I remember the hunters being purple, more purple on this. Do you have a skin on?
Oh, that guy flew
Oh,
up.
there we go. And the original graphics get a little more purple.
Yeah, that's why if you look at like the original Mega figures for these guys, they're purple.
Are they? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
The first ones that came with the Wolverine.
It's funny, you guys see purple, I see blue.
It's like a dark, maybe an indigo.
It's a little,
indigo has
yeah,
purple.
yeah.
I'm just halfway in
There's
there.
a skull right
Bluish.
here.
I hate that skull with a passion.
You
If
can
you got
do
a
it.
grenade jump.
It's not as bad. It's not as
Use
bad.
the
What you
hollow
do
panel
is
to
you
shut down
wedge
the
yourself
security system.
here. You get 2 controllers. You wedge one of yourselves here, and you try to get as far off of this ledge as possible. And then the second player kills themselves until they just spawn right
Spawn
up
on
here.
top.
Oh.
It's great.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, it's less work than doing the grenade jump.
Grenade jump, yeah, the grenade jump's real tough.
Oh, that's cool. This is the security terminal. Or
What's
you mean this? I
right?
think
Yeah.
this might actually be the structure we're about to go in with the map room.
Oh,
it's this
that's
big,
that's
long-
actually cool. That might be it, yeah. The tunnel. That's cool.
Because that's the top, and then you have these huge
Yeah, then you
corridors
go all the
that
way
you're just
down.
winding down.
Mm.
Oh, that's cool. I never really thought to think about that. Let's go.
Smack that button.
Smack it.
Smack it. Oh no, he's coming back from the grave
Good.
for
Door
revenge.
that leads
He
into
looks
the
so
He looks
soft
so
in the new
badass.
graphics. Yeah.
He looks so cool.
In the original one, he's like a gold, right? Though
Yeah,
the original
they're
graphic, he's like a gold. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the gold sword guys.
yeah. Sword guy. That was just sword guy.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else called him anything but sword guy.
The odd time maybe gold.
Yeah.
So,
Well, because that was his like most distinguished.
Ammo. Man, this is good. Somebody's rattling.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be me. Oh, I'm using the assault rifle. That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
It just has this like. grrrr.
They're just white in the original graphics.
They're kind of bluish.
Yeah, I think it
Or
might
they're
be
way
the
more white than
reflective.
Yeah.
They're trying to do cool reflections.
I just tried to sprint. I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, boo.
Oh no, you're gonna get so much hate!
Yeah, you are sprinting.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Chief just already his default in CE
Bravo
is
22
sprint.
was bringing
Yeah.
us some heavy
He's just a
weapons.
fast walker.
After
I
we
always
were
thought
up
this
against hunters, I thought
This
He's
part
got a power
was weird.
walk.
I felt like they
Let's
should
move
have
down
put
the
a way
beach.
to get
Keep
down
an eye
here,
out for any cargo
as
we can
other than
salvage.
just jumping off the cliff.
You,
I mean, you can just wind all the way back.
Yeah,
if
do
you
they
really
expect
want.
you to do that?
I mean, I think so.
I think that's why they gave you the.
But they
But
didn't.
the
I think
overkills.
the reason for it is they didn't want you to be able to access this structure without going through that interior. So how were they supposed to make it for you to get down?
Light
Other
bridges.
than-
Light steps.
Jetpack.
Your butt, make some steps.
There it is.
Yeah, jetpack. You have
There's
jetpack.
that
Danger.
banker.
There's another skull like right up there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that one.
I can't believe no one packed the jetpacks on the Pillar of Autumn though. Like seriously, no one just
Right.
I
grabbed it?
know.
What
The
the hell?
Neo rifle, you know, no one bothered to bring that over.
Yeah, in the armory they're looking at pistols or.
Alright, did you see the state of
jetpacks.
Reach? It was a mess, dude. It was a mess.
Well, I mean, I guess they did bring the overpowered pistol. They're like, nah, they won't
We'll
need
just
anything.
bring the pistol.
We'll just
They don't
shoot
need
down when we need to jetpack
There
up,
it
it's
is.
fine.
Hello.
Which one is that, Krysta?
Famine.
Famine.
Why would anyone want to use that skull?
That's true.
I know. Why would anyone want to use anything but like bandana? And I would have been your daddy.
True. Make it a challenge.
Mm-mm.
Playability.
Play it.
Duck, duck, duck.
So is Mythic like? Is that all skulls on something else?
Hey, this is
And
where we started.
legendary?
from.
Mythic is
That's
the-
Lazo.
Yeah, that's lasso.
Mythic skull makes enemies like tougher, like it levels them up.
But there's a mythic difficulty now that people are talking about, and I don't know exactly what that entails.
Oh, like
Yeah, I think
for
it's,
Halo?
Get in, man.
it's not
There we
like an
go.
official one. It's just something people talk about.
Oh, it's probably just like using a certain set of skulls, is it? On
Could
then
be.
set it to legendary, and then you're like, oh no, I'm on mythic difficulty.
Yeah.
My response. Sucks.
Because they have mythic, mythic firefight for, oh, is mythic where skulls start, like, building on each other? Because that's what mythic firefight does, like, every round another skull activates.
Interesting.
Oh, that could be.
Could be like a game type.
Oh,
yeah.
another hunter? You gotta be kidding.
There's a lot of hunters.
There's always two, Matt. Come on.
No
No
more.
rules.
No less. Oh,
Run 'em down,
that's-
run 'em down,
Oh,
run 'em
brother.
down.
Don't run them down, it doesn't do anything.
Good, you can kill him.
I think you can in CE.
You can. Do you like?
The Warthog's indestructible, right?
Yeah. All the vehicles. Oh, wait, no. I think...
You can't.
Covenant
You can
one's
only. Covenant Ghost. Yeah, you can.
Banshee is
Slowly Banshee, yeah. It's not the Warthog, for reasons.
or the Scorpion. Scorpion's pretty invincible too.
Yeah, human tech is invulnerable.
Wait, no, the Scorpion, it flames, doesn't it?
So you can die in the Scorpion, but the Scorpion itself cannot die.
Right.
that
Just like as I so awesomely
I feel like
demonstrated
I've done that before.
with
but
the
maybe-
plasma pistol and the grenade.
That's all Halo 2 with the flames and all that.
Oh,
the
okay.
damage.
We're of course getting this cutscene over here. It's very
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
we gotta
like,
do this.
Such a pointless cutscene.
It's cool. I think it shows the depth of like your environment. Also, you don't have to get this cutscene. You can skip it and just not go out on this platform.
Kick it.
Well, it also shows the existential crisis that Chief is alone on this ring. That's what it's all about. It's just showing his loneliness,
Big
emptiness.
this emptiness, showing how small he is.
Except for his clone that's running around
And
with
all the Marines
that.
outside.
I'm just Chief Shadow.
him. Right. Yep, I think you got him.
Good
Krysta.
job, Krysta.
Did it produce more blood when he did?
Yeah, it does. When you do that, so the blood splatter on this is really crazy. So if you go on normal graphics and hit something, it creates a bunch of blood
Raz.
splatter. And then when you turn it back, it just creates like
Oh my god.
Jeez.
It's like
Oh,
a
messy.
crying
When-
scene, Krysta.
CE really went full force on the blood.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah. Usually
game.
once a body's dead, it doesn't bleed anymore. But
no, if you hit a dead
Nah.
body, it
If
produces
it's fresh
the
enough, you
kind-
can get some blood out of it.
You
See,
guys speaking
like-
from experience, come on. This is...
I watch a lot of crime shows.
oh, right.
I'm an expert. I'm somewhat of an expert.
Prime shows. Okay.
There's a lot of Dexter.
Yeah, I've seen every episode of Dexter. I know a lot about blood. God,
Isn't he a
Dexter's a
serial
great-
killer that hunts serial killers?
Dexter's great.
Yeah, it's a great show. He has like this thing where he every time he kills someone, he takes their blood and puts it in blood slides.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like the legendary edition or like, you know, the collector's edition of the show is actually like his box, and like every DVD is like a blood slide.
Oh,
That's really cool.
It's really cool. I like look every once in a while I look at that and I'm like, that's really cool. But I think they're gonna bring back the series, so now it's
I heard
irrelevant.
they were, yeah.
well, the series didn't end very well.
I heard that, yeah.
It's great to watch though. It's a really
Most
fun.
series don't though. That's the thing.
Well, I feel like
It's always kind of like meh.
in general it's not about the ending of a story, it's about the journey to get to the ending.
Mhm.
True.
Speaking of journeys, journey down to the cartographer.
To the
Alright.
So why
War
is it
Hunters,
silent?
your
Did
favorite?
we ever figure that out?
I don't know.
Because we've talked about cartographers on the other installations and whatnot, but this is the only one that's referred to as the silent cartographer.
Could just be
believe.
Forerunners being Forerunners.
Naming it weird shit. Born Stellar makes eternal lasting. Yeah, that's my name. Ah!
Oh, I almost just stuck you. You jumped right in front of me. You. Oh, that was easy.
It's a long, windy one. Darkness.
Bowhammer to ground teams. You've got 2 enemy dropships coming in fast.
Damn it. Okay, people, we got company coming. Let's set the table. Engage enemy
That's
forces on sight.
CE.
Yeah,
It'll
well,
be easier to hold them off from
I mean,
inside
this
structure.
this
Can you get inside?
I didn't realize. I mean, obviously you
Negative.
played this
They're
mission a
closing
lot,
in too
but this is a
fast.
big
Negative.
mission. Like,
Chief,
you cover a lot of ground. They built a lot in this mission. They built this entire
sure.
island. You go
Yeah.
all the way down this area, and then we also talked about how they never use this mission. The other
Yeah.
ones they do, but this one they don't at all.
I think that's one of the reasons why this is so well known, because it is like this huge undertaking, this huge journey. You can take the invisibility. They only have one, so it's like, okay.
What was part time on this one?
It is 15 minutes,
Okay.
but you can skip a lot of this mission. I recently did the part-time on this. You basically skip to the security terminal, you run down here, and you don't kill anything, you grab that invisibility, and you just run through as many rooms as you can. You hit the button, and then you just run up, and you're done.
Okay. So you don't even get close to 15 minutes.
I think I was at, like, maybe 12-ish?
Okay.
But that's just because this isn't the easiest thing to navigate as well, and I get lost. And I
Yeah.
get sad. Just like
Part time's a little
343
misnomer. It's like this is a difficult time to get. Like you have to cruise to get to part time usually.
Yeah, there's only a couple missions in Halo C that I had a difficult time getting the part-time. I think one of them was like Assault on the Control Room,
Yeah.
just because
There's
how
so much ground.
it's
yeah,
just a lot.
a lot of rooms. Krysta, take out that rocket launcher. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot I had it.
She's just pistoling it the entire
Yeah,
time.
I mean, it's the best way to go, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I like how they just didn't change this graphic at all. It's just the same.
If it ain't broke.
It's the ring.
Bum, 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 bum.
There's a lot of things.
A lot of ring pieces.
Analyzing.
I like
Halo's
this.
control
This
center is
insane.
located there. That structure appears to be
It
some
shows
sort
the
of
segments of the
shrine
ring. So this
under
is
the
the, like, where Chief ejects Didact in the,
Yeah, I
like,
A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation.
Cortana to Captain
Well, that's
Keyes.
interesting though, because they knew that the rings could do that. You know, Bungie when they were writing this, that was part of the plan, the lore, that they could
I-
pull apart like that.
Keep trying.
I think they
Let me
really
know
thought
when
about
you've
how the
reestablished
rings
contact,
makeup
and then tell
affected
him that the
the
Master Chief
entire
and I have determined the location
installation.
of the control
Mhm.
center.
Also, this is
Heading there as
built
soon as we're
based off of
topside.
what, Ringworld or something like that?
Affirmative.
Yeah. that's
There's a
what-
book called Ring World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's all based off of. Don't go up here. There's the dead end.
Go left, Krysta.
This is when I start getting lost.
Go right.
Hey!
well,
So
each
Right
walkway,
again.
you
Right
gotta
again.
go up
Go
first.
back. Go back. There you
each
go. That
segment
way.
of the ring has its own, like,
Yep.
ecosystem too, right? So that's why you have some that are snow, some that are. So that's kind of neat too. That they built it with that in mind. The grenades take a little too long to detonate.
It makes it really weird to time, like, grenade
Yeah.
jumps and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it all of them or just the plasmas?
that.
They all
I
seem
guess it's
slower.
slow too.
I've been playing a lot
I don't
of
have any drags.
Halo. I got something. Well, actually, I got something. Oopsies. I keep turning on my flashlight. Son of a gun.
It's vital to this game.
Yeah. The
I
Spartans
remember
I
the
can see
black
in the dark.
buttons that were on the old controllers. They
Yep.
were the grenades and like buttons.
Yep.
Those
Swap.
black and white buttons have really fucked up, like, how other games, like, being ported to the, new controller. It's like, what are the black and white buttons? The game's like, press the black and white button. I'm like, I don't have that. Which one is it?
Got like 12 buttons.
I got many more buttons now. It's usually fun.
Yeah, it is.
Ascent.
I find like in CE, just running it is an effective strategy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like
Depends on the difficulty, but yeah.
true. Yeah.
Heroic may not be able to go legendary, definitely not.
You can run some parts of legendary if it's hard, but usually you just have to die. I hate the jackals, they're so mean. Really mean.
So, from a lore standpoint, remind me what we activated.
We were just looking at the map to see where the control room is.
Yeah, we wanted to find it.
That's right.
We want to find the control room before the Covenant because we've realized that Halo is a weapon because Captain Keyes in Truth and Reconciliation was overhearing Covenant chatter and could understand.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Keyes is like, yeah, I just overheard them talking about the plot of the game.
Weapon.
Right.
Human.
We obviously don't know what kind of weapon Halo is. We just know that it's a weapon and the Covenant want it.
It's a big gun.
Right.
So you were about to run out of ammo. There should be some behind you though.
I'm really sad.
There should be some
I might
over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well.
This almost
Look at
looks
those guys.
Covenant right here, though. Purple. Feels like you're in like
That's where they got the idea.
yeah. It looks Covenant.
It does like
All right, where the hell are we going?
I think there's a door
Through the
over
door.
here.
There it is. I love these doors. I love them.
They are cool. The 3-part doors.
Yep.
I love
I
them.
want one. That's gonna
Yeah.
be my first door.
I want a mega construct of this door.
Yeah, that works.
The door. You know, like Lego did that door of Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan trying to cut through it in Phantom Menace. And I just need
Oh.
that door for
That's cool.
just the door.
This part always trips me up, so I just try to rush through this part.
I don't think you're gonna get the hitbox in there this time. But you might. Nice.
Bum, ba, bum.
Okay.
Get the rocket launcher ready, Krysta.
Mm.
Big boy's coming.
His body's gone. He's revived. You're gonna need another
Oh, you
shot.
didn't get him!
Oh no! He's too busy
Yeah, all
shouting
the
at
blood
you.
is gone, isn't it?
He's too busy shouting. Oh,
Here
you
he
still
comes.
alive?
Oh,
Oh, that's still did it.
I thought he'd get you.
Ow.
Sorry. That was for him.
The pistol done him.
The pistol always
done
done
yet.
him. Pistol done everyone.
Got some more sneaky sneaks.
Yeah, just a
Honda to
couple.
Echo 419. The chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Oh yeah, there's more of the
Yeah,
Sneaky
it's easier
sneaks.
here.
That aren't very sneaky in the original Crackers. Oh my god. That was super sneaky.
As a guy really appears right in front of me. I used to bring the Warhog up here and jam it right here.
Oh, and then just get in the Warthog.
Yeah, I'd leave either Marine on the back and just have him shoot.
They
That's
would still be there?
Yeah, it would, yeah.
yeah.
They wouldn't get you.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh,
It's your
Bus
rat.
Our ride has arrived.
I'll bust out of here. Whee!
Whee!
Nice work.
Hey! Only one death.
Ew, you're welcome.
Death count is at 1.
See, we had to demonstrate to the audience how it looked that when you died. That's how it looks, guys. That's why we did it.
I love
Right.
it.
I love this.
I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
So it's right next to it, huh?
That was the thing with the hunters.
Terminal on it, yeah. It opens up.
Man.
From underground.
Oh, yeah.
So
You know, I think the craziest thing about this mission is just playing through it. I always only just remember the beach, but then like when you play it, you're like, oh, that's right. There's so much underground.
That circle needs work, though.
I was just about to say that. That's terrible.
All right, nice work, guys. That was a good display, I think, of what this mission has to offer, which is a lot. So it'll be fun to go through these categories here now. So as you recall from the first episode, we're going to go through our 4 categories of kind of ranking this mission, and then we'll use the overall score, the average of the 4 categories, to use in our discussion at the end of the series as we rank all of these missions up against each other. So we're going to cover gameplay, we're going to cover level design, we'll cover difficulty, and then we'll cover storytelling as well. Let's start on the gameplay side. So level design will be a really good one, I think, for this conversation because of, we talked about that during the mission, but gameplay is separate from that. So that's kind of, as you're shooting, as you're running around, all of the elements, the vehicles, all that sort of stuff. So Krysta, why don't you talk a little bit about your thoughts on the gameplay from this mission?
I think the gameplay is great. You get a lot of heavy weapons, you get a warthog, there's a lot of different enemies, there's a lot of different areas, there's open areas, there's corridored areas. So I think it gives you a lot of different ways to play the level and also a lot of variety in the level. So I'm going to give the gameplay a 9.
9, okay. Any thoughts there, Matt, as the second player?
I think the gameplay for this is pretty good. I do like that they add in a lot of little active camos and over shields and stuff like that, just to kind of. And I never felt like in any place this didn't have an abundance of weapons, so I feel like you could do quite a bit of damage on the enemy, and you weren't like, I need more weapons. So yeah. I don't know if I'd give it a 9. I don't know if I'm as in love with the CE gameplay.
I knew I shouldn't
have
played this mission. I knew I shouldn't have.
This is David's favorite mission.
Well, no, it's not the mission is great. It's just as the mechanics for gameplay, I feel like I feel always kind of like I'm fighting with like something that's I don't know how to say it. It feels like it's off just a little bit.
Are you saying like you want to be able to do more?
From 2001?
No, not I want to do more. It's just I feel like sometimes the range of motion just kind of feels very stiff.
Okay.
I don't know
anything to combat that.
It's a game from 2001. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, like how Halo CE plays is very different. I mean, even when if you play like Master Chief Collection, some of the playlists to go across the games, it can be quite jarring when you bounce between Halo 1, when you go CE 2, 3, 4. Do you know what I mean? So for sure, he's not wrong in terms of like it is a slower game. That's what FPSs were back then. So I can understand that.
So, I mean, Krysta is a big fan. David, you're a big fan.
Yes.
I think I know what you're talking about, but do we drop this to an 8? Is that a safe spot, or we stick with the 9?
Are we looking in the context of all Halo gameplay, or are we looking in the context of
this mission? Yeah, just look at this mission, because otherwise you're looking at the game
itself. Yeah.
CE, yeah.
I think it's great. I think there's a lot of diversity. We can bump it down to an 8.
No,
I think if you
9.
compare it, if you compare it within its own mission, it's great. But I'm just like, if you look at it from the perspective of other Halo games,
I think you almost have to compare it. Again, we're going to be playing all these games almost to the other gameplay moments within CE. Maybe that's the conversation we need to have. So how does this mission and the gameplay that it provides compare, to what else we've played or we're going to play? But there's just a lot in this mission. I feel like, other missions we're going to talk about have a lot as well. But this does a really good job of giving you a variety, like a moment-to-moment variety. Some missions give you a variety of things to do, but like the environment is the same, right? And it kind of, it's more a little more repetitive, I guess. Whereas this one, you're in and out and up and out of the warthog and then back into the warthog and then you're down and around. So and there's some explorations that you need to do as well. So, I mean, I'm cool with the 9. I again, these aren't set in stone. This is kind of our first take on it, and then we'll have that conversation at the end of the series. So, Matt, if you want to div it down to 8, we could have that conversation, but otherwise,
no. 9's good for me.
Okay. All right. So then level design. This one. I mean,
10?
it is, right? Or
It's a really good, well-designed level. I mean, obviously, the whole circular nature of it, the kind of exterior and interior of the island, how they differ, and you get like all the different environments that we talked through. I think it's great. I think it shows you everything that Halo has to offer in one nice little package for a
I
mission.
agree.
and it doesn't hold your
10.
hand. It doesn't hold your hand, right? So some of the
No, you have
missions
to.
have like blinky lights or arrows and things like that, and I guess that could be looked at a negative. But as this semi-open world mission that it gives you, it's wanting you to explore and run
Yeah.
around and kind of figure it out for yourself and listen to the dialogue a little bit to help guide you.
And of course, we've played this game. We've been playing this game for years, so we know how this level flows. But for someone playing this game, like for the first time, it's going to take a while to figure out exactly where you need to go.
I
But
also
the game
think
does
that
guide you.
I also think that the level design adds to the mystery of what you're discovering. You know, I feel like it just kind of corridors leading into areas and unlocking doors, and you're like, they were burying secrets here. And I think that's kind of the way that the game is designed. It really kind of lends to that mystery element that they've been working with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm comfortable with the 10.
10.
Let's just
10.
do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Let's just give
Yeah.
the second mission that we're playing a 10 on level design. But I mean, everybody speaks about this fondly. You know, we've talked about Infinite wanting to pay homage to it with their gameplay. So let's talk about difficulty. Do you think there was too many enemies, not enough? You know, playing co-op is a little bit different. It's a little easier, but you are playing on heroic. How difficult did it feel, Matt?
I don't know if I would say it felt difficult. I think the way that enemies are attacking you, they feel pretty standard. I think the only thing I would say is probably the hunters. I wish they were a little more difficult. I mean, being able to one shot a hunter, and we talked about it, it's just kind of
Got to see thing.
yeah. But other than that, like I felt, I don't think it was like, challenging and like that it was like super difficult, but I also don't feel like it was like a walk in the park.
So yeah, that's the way. I mean, this category is labeled difficulty, but it includes like that challenge, right? Is it challenging enough? Like if it's not challenging, you probably rank it lower.
Yeah.
If it's too challenging, I would almost rank it lower too. So it's kind of got to hit that sweet spot.
I think the
it's
challenging
fun.
part, the challenging part comes in with the different variety of enemies that are coming against you. You know, you got active camo elites, you have energy swords, you have hunters, regular rank and file covenant. So I think it all kind of builds together to give you a nice kind of challenge to it. Is that not everything is the same? Not everything can be beaten the same way.
Any other thoughts, Krysta?
I mean, the problem is the pistol makes this level like super easy because you could just use the pistol and like that it wins the game. But that's just kind of a CE thing. We're gonna talk about that throughout the entire kind of thing. So, no, I think the difficulty is good. I think half of the difficulty is figuring out where you want to go, where you need to go, exploration, stuff like that. It's almost like a puzzle, this mission, where you're like, well, now you got to go here and find this. And it's like, where is that? And so you find that, and then you're in this crazy corridor going down. You're like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. And you have to kind of figure out the level itself while also fighting enemies. So I think it's good.
Okay. So is it a 8 or a 7 for difficulty?
8?
I would almost bring it down. I don't think it's a very difficult level.
7?
I mean, yeah, I would bring it down a bit. I mean, the most difficult parts of it. I mean, I can remember playing Legendary and stuff like that. There are certain parts of the interior structure where like it has so many enemies throwing at you, that it can be quite difficult, and that's almost frustrating. But I think the mission itself, like you said, and it's hard to think back because I've never known not where to go because the first time I played this mission, I was with a guy who'd already played it. So I was already shown in co-op how to do it. So like, it's interesting. I'd love to sit someone down and watch them play this mission for the first time and figure out how difficult is it to find your way.
And try not to say
it's just something,
right? Just sit in your hands
it's
and
just something
watch.
I've never thought of. So you're probably right there that it might be difficult to find your way around. But I think 7.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm torn between a 7 and an 8. I don't know. 7 feels a little low, but at the same point,
Okay.
Some of the difficulty or the frustration could be not knowing where to go. But if you're paying attention, you're playing solo, you should have a better idea of that, right? Because you're paying, you're listening to the dialogue.
Well, I think if we're gonna talk about like the 20 of the 20 best, right? I think the idea is that how about gameplay, like replayability? So is it difficult even though you replay it multiple times? So you know where you're going, but does it still give you a challenge?
Sure.
It can on the higher difficulties, you know.
I mean,
for sure.
I always find CE challenging just because I always feel like I'm gonna kill myself with the Warthog.
Yeah.
All right, so are we at a 7 or an 8 on the difficulty?
7?
Yeah.
Sounds good. to me.
Storytelling. This is a big one. So we have the
10.
environmental storytelling. We have the cutscenes here. We have the dialogue. There's lots going on here. We have the different, like I mentioned, we have the different factions. You have Forerunner. You have, you have all this stuff going on.
It's pretty simple when you. I mean, like, that's Halo C anyway. But like the simple cutscenes are like you're going here to find a map room because you need to find a control room, and it's just that it's just that intro cutscene's kind of cool. Landing on the beach. I really like that, and I like how it is telling the story of like storming this island and fighting your way in. I think that's pretty cool, and I quite enjoyed like learning, like having Cortana access to systems and learning away the Covenant they lock you out, they lock your door. Because like, oh shit, they're way better than we thought at like activating the systems. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, how are they good at that and better than we are? And I do like how it evolves then, and obviously it builds on that through the course of the game. I do think it's pretty high up there with the story, even as simple as what it is doing. I think it just adds quite nicely to. You didn't know anything in our previous mission. It was your first time landing on Halo, and you're like, oh, how do we do anything? Look at these structures. Holy crap, look at this. And now you're starting to learn, and Cortana's starting to access it. I find that really cool. I like the setup and where the game goes from there.
Well, and I also think that you learn a lot about the Forerunners in this mission because you're actually in their structures, you're interacting with their computers, you're looking at how, how everything's set up, you're learning more about the Halo, even through that small cutscene where it's just a diagram and it's like being parsed out. I think it's not direct information, but indirectly, I think you're learning a lot about, everything going on and what this is and who the Forerunners are.
I think it adds to the mystery of it. It's with CE, the story builds upon itself. So I think it's a very nice piece of the puzzle that adds to that mystery and adds to the intrigue of like, what are we doing here? What's going on? Why do they lock these secrets away?
So is it a 9 or is it a 10?
9?
I'd say 9. It'd be hard to give it a 10 because how simple the information is. Like, it's not directly. So I would say 9.
Okay.
I'll go with a 9.
Alrighty. So let me do some maths here. I didn't have my calculator
the scariest part of all.
I know. And I'm not
averages.
smart enough
to carry the one, Colin.
I'm not smart enough to do it on the fly
Use
with the
Excel.
pressure. So I will add these 4 numbers together on my phone. Divide by 4. Oh boy. This is an 8.75.
Ooh, I think that's very fair.
So we gave gameplay 9, level design 10, difficulty 7, and then storytelling 9.
I think that's good though.
Wow. Yeah. That's legit. I mean, I don't know. We probably won't have a 10 out of a mission because that means every category's got to have 10, right? So the average will bring it down a little bit. But, when you compare it to the first mission we played, Halo, that was a 7.5. So this is quite a bit of a step up from that.
I'm looking forward to getting to the end and comparing them all and then seeing, do we want to move, or I imagine we'll move or just to see how they land. But I do feel that because even now this mission, I still love it. Like even not playing it, watching it, I'm going like, oh yeah, this is cool. Do you know what I mean? And there's not many missions or even games that I will do that with. So I still really know. I think 8.75 is good. 8.75, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that will do it for our 20 for 20 coverage of the Silent Cartographer from Halo Combat Evolved. On the next episode, we'll be covering what you just saw, Assault on the Control Room. Don't forget to post a comment, like the video, or subscribe. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, evolved.
Evolved.
Evolved.